Hello, everybody. Oh, I look tiny. Hold on a second. Ugh. Yeah, that doesn't help. All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to It's a Wild, Wild, Wild Mount. I am Mr. DM, and with me are my wonderful players. Hello, wonderful players.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Few quick announcements, and then we will jump right into everything. So, first thing, is you will notice that Mama Shady, who plays Sora, is actually not in the actual video today, in the stream. She is not feeling well, so we are going to soldier on without her as per her request. I will be taking on the role of Sora during today's game, and hopefully I will do it some justice. So thank you. Also, I want to thank everybody for being very, very patient with, including my players and everybody who has been watching and supporting what we're doing. With the unfortunate virus that my computer caught, which completely wiped out everything, including my backups. And the time that it took to put everything together. Thank you so much for waiting and being patient for that. So thank you everybody for your patience, your understanding, and believe me when I say back up your backups and back those up too. Next announcement, tomorrow there will not be Friday Night Magic. We will not be streaming. I will not be streaming tomorrow. Unfortunately, like I've built a shit ton of decks using the new set, but unfortunately I won't be able to stream tomorrow. So no Friday Night Magic tomorrow, but following Friday we will be back in full force on that. Next announcement, Monster Hearts 2, our Monday session was actually canceled due to a number of our players actually being under the weather. So we have rescheduled that for this coming Monday. So session 5 of 6 will actually be this coming Monday, and instead of at 7:30, it will be at 8 p.m. So if you're interested in joining us for that, please do so. Next announcement, I'm just flying through these. Next announcement is, as a reminder, you can also help influence the actual gameplay. So one of the things that we implemented, thanks to our friends at Unconventional Heroes, they actually inspired this. We are allowing for you to use your channel points, the gold coins here in chat, to actually purchase inspirations for the players. What does that mean? So inspirations will give advantages to whoever you decide gets them. Now, everybody gets, for the players, you can either make sure that you specify who gets an inspiration. It can be an individual player, or it could go to the group, and then the group decides who uses it. Everybody only gets 2, but if you're feeling real saucy and you really want to fuck with them, you can give me inspiration. So it's a little more expensive. You only can do it once. So make sure you spend your channel points wisely. For any inspirations that are not used, they will get refunded to you and you will get those channel points back. But let me tell you that it has been very, very fun for both myself and the players getting these inspirations. It's been very helpful as well. So you actually absolutely have a way to interact with the game as it's happening. Super awesome. And lastly, actually, I think that was the last of my announcements. Excellent. So with that, we are going to just dive right in to today's session. Alrighty. So the first thing you'll all see is that due to everything being wiped out on the computer, I actually had to change up certain things. Some things were no longer available that I had saved for a long time. And you will see that some of the tokens on the map are actually have been improved, are new and improved for our players. So there they are in all their glory.
They look so cool.
They are pretty cool, yeah. But let's rewind time a little bit, and let's go back and see exactly where we are. So last we were together a whole damn 2 weeks ago, almost three. You were all transported to Leopold's pit of death, where he decided that this was his way of helping all of you, his way of preparing you for the dangers of adventuring. You faced a giant crocodile. You also faced a stone golem with the help of Leopold's trusted sidekick, Norman the Iron Golem. And during this time, you discovered a number of different things. It was hard going at first, but you began to kind of pull yourselves together and kind of follow the clues. All of the lessons that Leopold had actually said that he was trying to impart to you were all clues, and you began to pick up on those things. There were bodies strewn about the actual floor of the arena that actually had some items that were helpful for you to assist you. There are a number of different runes carved into some of the pillars in the arena on the sides that also in different languages seem to be imparting some sort of wisdom that some of you picked up on as well. And you also found inside the actual four pillars in the center of the arena these strange openings that had even more items that were helpful to you. However, after finally defeating the stone golem, which was difficult at best, Leopold then announced that you had 15 minutes to prepare yourselves for round 3. And that is currently where we find ourselves. So you are all currently placed in the middle. You can place yourselves wherever you would like during this time in the arena. But again, you have 15 minutes to figure it out. And then we will get going. So what would you all like to do? Leah?
I would like to...
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Rowan?
Oh, I thought you said Leah.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Rowan, yeah.
Oh, I would like to go to one of the portcullises, I guess they are. They're little cage areas, and peek in.
Okay. You can move yourself to those places if you like.
I'm working on it.
Okay. Leah?
I would like to walk around the room and see if we can find any more clues. So I'd like to examine the pillars and the surrounding areas and the little the columns with the writing on them.
Okay. You have identified 4 different phrases on the columns. I'll actually mark out the ones that you've already looked at. So that way you're not doing it over again. So this one here, I'm marking them. I'm gonna mark them in. I'm gonna mark them in green. So you check this one, you check this one, and this one. And in those, just again, as a reminder, we've been gone for almost 3 weeks. You found one of them was in Thieves' Cant, one of them was in Draconic, one was in Elvish, and one was in Celestial. And in that order, the messages were look at the fucking pillars, and look in the fucking fire, look at the fucking pillars, and look at the fucking gates. So those were the messages that you received from those. So you can, yes, Leah, you can absolutely take a look at the different. You can move yourself to whatever pillar you think you need to take a look at, and we can go from there. Galen and then Jarena.
I'll be quick. Leah, can I just have my gourd back? It was a good idea in my head, but not right now.
I give it back to him.
Yeah.
No problem.
Okay, that was just a small grip. I just needed to get over with.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay.
Not a problem. All right. Jarena.
I put myself near the north gate and I want to investigate it.
All right. Anybody else before we actually go into the investigations and lookings on? Anybody else doing anything?
I am going to move myself to the pillar upper right.
Okay. Well, you can just move yourself to wherever you want to be. And another reminder, the pillars are very hot. Like you can feel heat emanating off. So those of you who did try to stand on top of the pillars did find that out the hard way when all of the braziers exploded into fire and apparently heated up the pillars, which caused fire damage.
No, I meant the one with the clues on it.
Oh, okay. Okay, go for it. Yeah, put yourself where to the pillar that you want to look at.
All right.
All right. Okay. And anybody else? So Squall, you doing anything?
I'm good where I am. I just moved to where I wanted to be.
Okay. So I'm just gonna move Sara over to the side here. She's not gonna move too far from the group, but she's not sure exactly where to go. She's like, yeah, I'm gonna go over here. Alrighty. So Rowan, you move over to the portcullis. Make an investigation check for me. Anybody who's investigating anything, make an investigation check. All right. So, Rowan, what did you get?
I got a 20.
20. Okay.
Digital dice like me tonight.
Awesome. So you look into the portcullis, and you see just beyond it that it just looks like a stone enclosure. Right? There's no door, there's no entrance or exit that you can see. But if the actual gate was lifted, it just looks like you would be in some kind of like small stone room. Outside of that, there's not much else that you can see in there. There's no writing. There's no. It seems almost too clean. Also, like manufactured in a way. You know, it's like you would expect to see some kind of like the stones are kind of worn. Or you know, that like pitting in them or whatever. No, these look like brand new store-bought stones. It's a little disconcerting considering the environment that you're around.
Masonry and Arenas R Us put this place together really well.
Well, that's a good assumption.
Can she also, since she's right next to it, can she check out the pillar that has not been read yet? Or is that what Leah's doing?
Well, I don't know. Leah's in a different pillar. You're let's see. Yeah, she's at a different pillar. I will say, what languages do you speak?
Undercommon, Elvish, and Sylvan.
You do not understand that particular pillar.
Rowan's just going to announce, "There's writing on this pillar, but I don't understand it," hoping that Sarah will hear her.
Okay. Leah. So you're taking a look at that pillar over there. What languages do you speak?
Let me check that again. I think it's just Thieves' Camp, but let me check. Yeah, I don't see any other languages, so just Common and Thieves' Camp.
It should be where your proficiencies are, like towards the bottom left. It says proficiencies in languages.
Oh, yeah, Common and Thieves' Camp.
Common things can. Okay, yeah, you don't understand the language on there.
Have I ever seen it before, though?
I don't think you have. No, I don't know. I don't think you have.
Can I look at the area surrounding it? And I'll yell out to everybody that I just don't understand this language.
Yep.
So that we should each take a pillar and try to read it.
Yep. There are, I mean, all the braziers are like, the fires are going in the braziers. There is, there are the other pillars going around. But outside of that, you don't see anything out of the ordinary.
Since I'm near Leah, can I just go over and look at her pillar and see if I can understand it?
I'm trying. I'm doing this in an order, so yeah, we'll get. Yeah, no, it's fine. I'll come back around to you.
Thank you.
Because at the same time, this is all happening in real time for you guys. So you guys only have 15 minutes. So Jarina, you go over to the gate. What did you get for your investigation check?
19.
19. All right. You kind of stick your head. You're trying to stick your face in the grate to try and see as much as you can. And you can see that the actual grate, as it kind of opens, you've seen it already kind of open up and then slam shut. You can see that it does have some kind of locking mechanism. It seems pretty complex. But as you're kind of looking and staring, all the way further down, I mean, it's going down at like a steep angle, right? But maybe 20 or 25 feet down, you see this bluish glow. And as you're kind of like trying to focus and see exactly what it is, it looks very similar to the portal that you saw when you were on the island, and also the portal that you saw when the imps were popping out in the laboratory. It just looks like a portal, but it is blue. And then as you're like kind of scratching your head trying to figure that out, as you're kind of pulling your face back, you see this blue gem that is maybe 5 feet down on this like across from where you're looking, on the side of the wall, that is pulsing the same blue color as the gem. So that's what you see.
Gotcha.
All
I
right.
relay that out loud.
Okay. Phoebe, you're actually standing at a pillar. The green indicates that someone already read that. So if you want to move over to a different pillar, you can.
Are my moves limited or no?
At the moment, no.
Okay.
But everything's happening in real time.
Okay, I'm gonna use my pointer finger real quick. I'm gonna move to this one right here.
Okay. What languages do you speak?
I speak Celestial, Common, Elvish, and Sylvan.
Okay. You do not understand that language.
Noted.
Okay. Alrighty. Sora, hearing you, Rowan, will actually she'll come over to like where you and Leah are, like right in the middle. And she's gonna try and take a look at both of those languages. I'm gonna see if she actually can read those languages. Second. And she looks at it and she goes, "Oh, it's not definitely not draconic." And that is that is the wrong character sheet. Sora is very, very intent on figuring out what the hell these languages are. And as she looks at them,
Fantasy lit, fantasy lit.
yeah. Okay, yeah. She actually can read the one that you looked at, Rowan. And she goes, "Oh, that's Gnomish." And she kind of like looks at it kind of puzzlingly. And she goes, "Oh." And she looks at all of you and says, "It says we're fucking stuck here until we win."
I figured.
I don't know what that means or if that's good or bad. So I'm going to mark that one that you actually read that one. And then she actually looks at the one that's in front of you, Leah. And she goes, "I don't know what language that is. Sorry." Alrighty. So, moving on. Squall and Galen, is there anything you're doing?
Oh, you're muted.
Notice that everybody's reading the walls. I moved myself over to a one that hasn't been read yet.
Okay.
Does it look familiar?
What
Does it
language?
look like-
What languages do you speak?
I'm trying to find that spot now. It's erased.
Lower left hand. It says proficiencies in languages.
Common, primordial, and undercommon.
Okay, this is primordial.
Okay.
You can absolutely read this. It says, "I'm your biggest fucking enemy."
Okay.
That's what it says.
Okay.
Do
All right.
do you tell the group?
I no.
No? Okay.
Yeah, I'm not shouting it across, and it doesn't seem to contribute to much.
Okay. You all do hear as Squall kind of like is looking up at this and looks like he's trying to read it. You all do hear. All right. So Galen, what are you doing?
I think I'm taking it a little too literally, but hey, why not?
Mm-hmm.
One of the things said look into the fire.
Okay.
So I'm gonna look at the closest brazier and see if this is maybe an illusion or if this is real fire.
Okay. Make a investigation check for me.
And no, I am not sticking my hand into it. Okay. 15.
15. Well, the first thing you notice is that there is real heat coming off of this brazier. Like this is not an illusion. It is fire. At least it feels like it's fire. But as you're kind of like looking in, you can see that there are coals, and the coals are orange and hot and burning with this fire. But right in the center, there's this very clearly. Now that you're looking for it, you're actually looking in the fire, but almost completely obscured because it's the same color as the coals is this. It looks like this orange metal rod that is just like slightly sticking above the coals.
Does it look loose, like something fell into it, or does it look like it's built in?
You'd have to grab it to find out. It's just like slightly above the coals. It looks like it's kind of resting on the coals, but to know anything more than that, you would have to actually literally grab it or touch it or use something to kind of see if it moves or whatever.
All right. I'm going to use my quarterstaff and whack it off the top.
Okay. Is this a magical quarterstaff?
No, but I'm thinking dexterity to kind of quickly go and try to get it in as fast as possible, or before it catches fire.
Make a dexterity check.
Saving throw or just straight dexterity?
A dexterity check. So D20 and your dexterity modifier.
17.
17. You go and you whack this metal piece that seems to be sticking that's just kind of like on top of the coals, and as you do, it stops and you feel your quarterstaff get jammed, and it doesn't move. Like the rod itself just stays there. The coals get disturbed, but it stays there, and you quickly pull your quarterstaff out of the fire before it actually catches fire. And you watch, and you can see that just in that moment that you stuck the quarterstaff in there, it is now scorched at the end of the quarterstaff. But the rod, although the coals have been disturbed, the rod actually seems to be connected to the brazier itself. You can see that on the ends of the rod, there are two metal pieces sticking out of the bottom, going further down into the brazier.
Hey, Leah, you mind coming and checking this out? And then I pretty much tell her what I've just discovered.
All right.
If she does come this way.
Okay. As that happens, you all hear, "All right, you got 5 minutes. Better start making this quick and snappy. You all look kind of like shit, so I don't know if you feel like healing yourselves or whatever, but 5 minutes." All right, so going back around, Rowan, what do you want to do now? You've checked out the writings, you checked out the portcullis. Is there anything else you want to do?
You're still echoing, and since she already checked the colors of the pillars, she's going to try the brazier to the left of her.
Okay.
And she's going to look in and investigate. Yeah, that's
Okay.
the one.
Okay. Investigation check, please. Because Galen has not said any of these things out loud, so nobody knows what he's found.
No, he said he yelled it to Leah.
Okay. All right. So, so if he yelled it to Leah, I thought he just asked Leah to come over.
No, he said he explained what happened and yelled to Leah.
Okay.
I mean, you can ask him.
No, that's fine. So in that case, you don't even have to roll an investigation check. As you look into the fire, now that you know what you're looking for, you can actually see exactly what he described.
Well, since she has her own quarterstaff, which is magical, she's going to try the same thing.
Okay. You go and you try to hit it, and you disturb the coals, and you see the same thing that Galen saw, is that the rod actually seems to be connected to the brazier itself. Hitting it doesn't seem to make it move in the slightest.
I announce this what happened.
Okay. All right, Jarina, what do you want to do?
I want to move to the other grate, the south grate, and I want to investigate that as well.
Okay, make an investigation check.
This one wasn't as good. I got a 6.
6. You're looking in. There seems to be like this layer of dirt and dust that's gotten kicked up. So you can't see further in, but you can see on the side of the wall a similar blue glowing gem, just kind of pulsing with a similar blue light from the other grate. Alrighty, Leah, what would you like to do?
I'm going to go over and check out what Galen said I should look at.
Okay. So you see exactly what he described to you. What would you like to do?
Is there any way to poke it and get it out of the fire, or is it too hot?
Maybe there's something underneath it.
What do you want to do?
Let me look around and see if there's a way to get it out.
Okay. Well, you see where he disturbed the coals. You see that this rod is just kind of connected by 2 more pieces of metal on each of the ends to the brazier. You look underneath the brazier, which the brazier itself seems to be somewhat bolted into stone where it is, but you don't see, like, you can literally stick your hand under the brazier and there's just a space. Like, there's nothing there.
So is this like a propane burner? Just, is that what it looks like, or is it something?
No, like there's nothing connected to the brazier. I mean, the fires are just going, but there is this like rod with two pieces of metal sticking out on the sides. That hitting with a quarterstaff didn't seem to actually move. The coals moved fine.
I'm going to keep investigating to see if I find anything around it. I'm kind of confused.
Okay. I mean, it kind of looks like a handle.
Oh, okay.
Like a rod, and then there's 2 pieces on the ends, and it's connected like in the middle.
Okay.
Where the fires are just go.
I have water in my water skin. I'm going to dump it in the brazier and see if I can put out the fire to grab the thing.
Okay. How much water? It's about a gallon, right? Of water, or 3 quarts?
Okay. I have no idea.
Okay. Are you going to pour the whole thing in?
I'm going to see what happens after I pour a little bit in. I mean, I'm not going to waste it if it doesn't go out.
Okay. So you begin to pour water in. You hear it sizzle. You see steam begin to rise. But the fire doesn't seem to diminish in any way.
I have a crowbar. Can I try to use the crowbar to pry it up?
Sure. All right. Make an athletics or acrobatics check, your choice.
I'll go with acrobatics. 24.
24. Okay, you stick the crowbar into the fire, and you begin trying to kind of wrench it around this whatever this is, this piece of metal. And as you're starting, you're just kind of playing with it. After about 45 seconds, you feel the metal of the crowbar begin to heat. And then after a minute, it gets so bad, the only thing you're able to do is pull the crowbar out and drop it before you actually start to damage yourself. with that acrobatics check, you definitely avoided actually being burned. However, in the process of actually, before that happening, in the process of actually like shuffling and moving it around, the coals are absolutely kind of moved away to the side. You did not move this piece, this metal piece at all. But as the coals were shoved to the side, and it's very odd because you would expect the fire itself to kind of react to the coals being moved around as much as you actually just did. The fire is still exactly the same as it was before you actually moved the coal and after. So the coals seem to have little to no effect in doing this. But as you actually are now still looking into the fire, you can see that there's like round, like circular grooves that are connected to this to the actual metal piece, this handle in the middle. Almost like if you were to grab it and twist, something might happen.
Okay. I'm going to wrap my hand in some leather and do just that.
Well, that was a lot to do in the time you needed to do it, so we actually have to move on.
Okay.
So next person up. We did Rowan, Jarina, Leah, Squall.
I moved myself over to the, I believe, final column that is got writing on it. And can I read it?
The one to which one? One to the south? Of where you're at?
I thought I read the one to the south prior.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah. All right, so the one that you're in front of right now.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, that one you can absolutely read. It's in common.
Okay.
It says you're all fucked.
Got it.
All right.
Okay.
Do you share that? Do you share that with the group?
No.
Okay. All right. Lots of helpful stuff happening here.
No.
Okay. Phoebe, you were in front of that one. You can't read that one. What did you want to? What else do you want to do?
So I see. Hang on, I'm gonna do my little pointer thingy. I see this. I'm assuming that's a flame.
Yep, those are all of the orange dots. That's a brazier with the fires going.
Okay. I'm going to do a perception check on it to see if there's any way I can get it to stop flaming, so I can look in it my next turn.
Okay. Well, you heard everything that Galen had said because he's kind of screaming. He screamed it out. So you see exactly what he described. It looks like the handle, like an orange handle, just like on top of the coals, metal. That's what you see. There's nothing underneath. You put your hand underneath, it goes through, no problem. Same thing as everybody else who has inspected a brazier. It's almost identical.
Is the handle hot?
There's only one way to find out. You can feel the heat coming off of the fire.
All right, I'm just gonna go for it. I'm gonna grab the handle.
Okay, so you grab the handle. As you do, what are you doing with it?
I'm gonna see if I can move it or turn it any way possible to see what it does.
Okay, make a athletics check for me. Actually, this is just going to be not athletics. This is just going to be a straight strength check. So D20 and your strength modifier.
$17.
17. Yeah, it is hot. It is so hot as you grab it. You take 4 fire damage. And you begin to twist and try to twist, and as you do, the coals are getting in the way, and so you just like and you kind of standing there, you do wind up taking another 3 fire damage before you're actually able to twist it. And you hear this large, like something locking into place. And as you do, you watch as all the fires go out.
Cool.
All right. Okay. You also see that the pillars in the middle of the arena that were kind of glowing a little bit orange with the heat that was coming off are slowly returning to their alabaster color.
Gotcha.
All right. Sora, who is now very curious, is going to run over this column, and she's going to take a look at it, and unfortunately she can't read that one either. Lucy, let's see. All right, I'm just going to move Lucy over to you, Leah. And I believe that was everybody. And at this point in time, you all hear, all right, your 15 minutes is fucking up. So, ready for round 3? Let's get it on. And you see all of these translucent people that are just kind of now in the arena, just kind of cheering and getting ready for round 3. And as round 3 starts, let's get some music going, and I need all of you to roll initiative.
Oh.
All right. So, alrighty. So, Jarina, what did you get?
9.
9. Galen?
18.
18. Leah?
21.
21. Squall?
3 after a nat 1.
Ooh. Rowan?
12.
12. Phoebe?
11.
11. And Sara? Actually, let's see. She also gets a nat 1 for a 2. Alrighty. Interesting. Okay. So, as the cheering begins, you begin to hear the familiar sound of the gates beginning to open. And as the gates open, actually, only one of the gates opens. And it is the northern gate that opens. The southern gate sounded like it was trying to open, but seems to be stuck where you're standing, Jarina. However, the first thing that happens as the first gate opens, the northern gate opens, this large, blue, slick-looking creature with multiple legs comes just crawling out from the gate. Massive in size. Its head with these large horns on the side. It just, as it clears the gate shuts, slams shut behind it, and it just kind of like begins to, like the serpentine look at all of you, just And Sora screams out, "Oh, it's I don't know what that is, but it's speaking in Draconic, and it just says it's gonna eat us all." Jarina, at your feet, where the gate seems to be stuck for some reason, you see a similar creature trying to get out of the gate, but seems to be trapped behind it. But it also seems like it's going to try and actually reach through at some point. Just so you're aware. All right. So with that, yes, Rowan?
Can Rowan fit through the bars of the gate?
No, the most you could probably fit, you could fit your hand and arm through. But I mean, mostly like the actual openings are about face size.
Cool.
Yeah. So with that, at the top of the round, yes, Jarina?
Just to let you know, DM, you have an inspiration from Hippie Goth, and we have 2 group inspirations.
Good to know. Thank you. All righty. So remember those inspirations, folks. Probably gonna need them. All right. Top of the round is Leah, followed by Galen. So Leah, what would you like to do?
So is Jarina the one with the purple hair, let's say to my right?
She's the one by the southern gate. Yes.
Okay. So I'd like to go over to the gate where she is with my rapier and stab the thing through the bars.
Okay, sure. It does get partial cover because you are trying to stab through the bar, so it will have +2 to its AC, but you absolutely can do that.
Do you want me to move you, Lauren?
I can move. I got an 18 plus 7, 25.
Yeah. Even with the +2 to its AC, you absolutely hit.
Three plus 5 is 8.
Yeah, you stab it as you pull your rapier back. There's this kind of line of bluish black blood on your blade, and you hear the creature just and you hear the crowd.
I don't think they like the unsportsmanlike stuff going on over there.
All right. So is there anything else you want to do, Leah?
I'd like to get out of the way of the gate.
Yeah. Well, you from where you were standing, I think that was your full movement, but you can use your bonus action to dash if you so for your movement.
Yeah, I'd like to do that.
Okay, so yeah, so you can move your movement as your bonus action. So you can put yourself wherever you like.
Back where I was.
All right. So next up is Galen, followed by Rowan. What you doing, Galen?
I think I'm gonna move by one of the pillars, just up. I don't want to have another alligator situation, so I'm not going to attack the big creature.
Okay.
So I think I'm just gonna move a little closer, and just take the dodge action.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, so you take the dodge action. Any melee attacks against you will have disadvantage. All right. All right, cool. Rowan, it is now your turn. Phoebe, you are after Rowan.
DM, what happened when Phoebe turned the rod again? Touched the rod?
She twisted the rod, and all of the braziers, the fires went out.
Oh, so I'm gonna go back to the brazier that I was standing next to, and pull the lever and see what happens.
Okay. Make a strength check for me.
Pull the lever, Kronk.
I think I got a crit.
What'd you get?
20.
Nat 20? Okay. Yeah,
Yeah, it looks like it.
Without any issue, you grab the rod and you twist it, just basically crushing any of the coals that were actually in the way. And as you do, the fires go back up. You take 5 fire damage, and you watch as the pillars in the middle begin to become orange once again.
Thanks, Rowan.
I'm sorry. I'm the one who got fired.
Which one did you do? The top right one?
Yeah, so let's move you over there. Yeah, that one over there. All right, so the fires flare up again. You do have a bonus action if you want to take it.
I'm gonna run away.
Okay.
I'm gonna run away from the thing that is saying horrible things to us that I can't understand.
Okay.
So put me by Sora.
Well, you can only move 15 more feet. So 5, 10, 15. That's about as far as I can move you. Because it was 15 feet to get there.
I see.
Okay. Alrighty. So, Phoebe, you are next. Jarina, you are up after Phoebe. What you doing, Jarina?
Oh, sorry, I thought Phoebe was first.
No.
I am going to
Phoebe's after you.
Got it. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And I am going to hold a melee action with the tentacle rod.
Okay.
If the dragon comes within melee range of me.
Okay. Alrighty. So holding your action for that. Phoebe, you are next. And actually, yeah, I was mistaken. Phoebe should have went first, but it's fine. So Phoebe, you go now.
All right. So now that I turned off the braziers,
I turned them back on.
Yeah, they're back on now.
Wrong lever, Kronk. Shit. Must have been red.
What you doing?
I'm gonna hold my action until someone gets attacked first by that weird salamander thingy.
Okay, what action are you holding?
I'm holding the new arrows, bow and arrow.
Okay, so you're just gonna shoot it with the new bow and arrows. Gotcha.
Yes.
All right, it is now the creature's turn. This is gonna be interesting. Let's see. Alrighty. So, just looking real quick. Hold on. All right. Seeing what it believes is an easy target, it is going to run. It's going to run right at Rowan. 5, 10, 15, and you watch.
It was nice knowing you guys.
And you see it's multiple legs just skittering through the sand at lightning speed. And it is going to, let's see. All right, it is going to attempt to constrict you. So that is going to be for and its attack as a 20 to hit. So you will take, as its body begins to wrap around you, 19 bludgeoning damage.
Oh no.
Plus, as it begins to wrap around you, you can now see that its scales are sharp. You take an additional 16 slashing damage. Are you unconscious?
I was unconscious the minute you said the word 19.
Oh no.
Okay.
Oh no.
And so you watch as it wraps around her body, and you just watch it begin to squeeze. As it does, she's just shaking like a rag doll and goes unconscious. And as that happens, you all hear, and then
Oh no.
it is going to, you watch as while it is constricting her body, the horns on the side of its face begin to glow blue. And that's all it can do at the moment.
So does this give me attack of opportunity because I was holding my action?
Yeah, you can take that attack. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yes, please.
Um, 19.
19 does hit.
$14 damage.
Nice. Yeah, you all see the arrow and just embed itself into the side of the creature, sticking out. It took the damage, but it seems to be more preoccupied with the individual of Rowan that is currently constricting at the moment. Alrighty. The other one really can't do anything because it is trapped in the... Oh. You watch, and this is actually something you all would have heard. When the fires went back up, that large clunking sound open, and you watch as another one of these creatures burst forth from the southern gate as it is now unlocked.
Are we stupid or what?
Yes.
Well, that was me, and that was all me, and I apologize.
And as it
Or I would if I wasn't dead.
and as it bursts forth from the southern gate, it's 5, 10, 15, skitters off to the side, and you watch as its horns begin to glow blue. And as it does, you now see lightning, electricity, all around its horns.
Not good.
And it begins to open its mouth, and you can see the electricity all in its mouth. And it just, and as it does, it shoots a line of electricity that is 20 feet long and 5 feet wide towards Squall and his echo.
Come on.
So that is going to be, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw for me, please.
16.
And for your echo as well.
That one.
No, okay. So your echo is instantly destroyed.
Right.
You absolutely made the save. But
Right.
you take half of the damage.
Right.
Which is 12d10 lightning damage.
What?
So you take, wow. You take 35 lightning damage.
That was half damage?
The full damage was 70.
Oh my, I'm unconscious.
You watch as Squall falls unconscious. And you all hear,
Oh, shit. Two of you down. What the fuck are the rest of you gonna do now?
alrighty. So that was the creature's turn. Squall. It is now your turn. I need you to make a death saving throw for me, please.
That's just the D20, right?
Yeah, just a d20.
You want to use an inspiration for that?
Well, let's see what he gets first.
15.
15, that's a success. All right, so mark down a success.
Gotcha.
All right. Next up is Sora. So Sora, Sora sees what's going on. Let me see what she's got left here. Ugh, not much. All right, she is going to attempt to. She's going to use a ray of frost on the one that is currently holding Rowan. And that unfortunately misses with a 16. So as she shoots the ray of frost out, it just actually skitters to the side. All right. So. Righty. So next up is actually I'm gonna move her. She's going to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Actually seeing that right there. Alrighty. Next up is top of the round, Leah. It's now your turn.
I'm gonna go for the one that's next to Rowan. And I'm gonna hit it with my crossbow.
Okay, go for it. Technically,
24.
24 does hit.
Do I get sneak attack damage because it was engaged with Rowan?
Technically, no, because Rowan is no longer a threat. It's only if it's have an ally that is a threat to the creature.
It did 9 damage.
9 damage, okay. Yeah, it takes that damage and is like.
I still have some movement, right?
Mm-hmm. You have about. Let's see, you move from. Oh yeah, you haven't moved. So yeah,
I didn't move.
Yeah, you have movement.
Okay. So I'm gonna disengage and go behind this pillar. But Rowan's on the ground and this thing is like right on top of her.
Oh no.
So
it is wrapped around her. And she is just kind of like a limp. The limp body's just like in its grasp as its body is just wrapped around her.
Is it like a snake, but all of its scales are like knives?
Something like that. Yeah, something like that. And it has multiple legs.
yeah, so I'm gonna go hide behind this pillar over here.
Okay.
That's it.
All right.
I don't think I can't hold a bonus action or anything, right?
Well, you haven't used a bonus action. So no, you can't hold it, but you do have one if you want. You could you could dash. You could stealth if you want.
Oh yeah, let's stealth. That sounds good.
All right, you could give it a shot. So just roll me a stealth check.
14.
14? Okay. All right. So next up is Galen. What are you doing?
I got it. All I got is a dinky magic knife. Well, he has no idea how he's going to be able to get Rowan out of the grasp of this creature other than throwing more shit at it. So that is what he's going to do as his action.
Okay.
So I'm going to throw a dart.
Okay.
That's an 11.
11. You watch as the dart hits and bounces off of its body. No effect. You still have movement.
All right. So I'm just saying what Galen's thinking. The only way to actually get rid of both of these creatures is if there's a way to get them back, because there's no way in hell we're going to be able to kill these things. But the second best option he's thinking is getting them back into that, back here, into the little grate they came from. The one that he saw that was actually locked before Rowan unlocked it accidentally. So, again, this is all that he thinks.
Okay, no, that's fair. So what are you doing? Because we're trying to. There's other people ready to go.
I know. Leah, I saw you. I don't know where you are, but just hear me out. We need to get these creatures back into the cage. We got to find a way to see if we can lure them or something. And see if we can save. I almost said my mom's name. Sorry to save Rowan.
Okay.
And with that, think I'm just gonna. Oh, I can't stealth as a bonus action. That's a rogue thing. All right. You know what? I'm gonna use my bonus action and throw another dart as offhanded. So that just takes away my proficiencies.
Okay.
It's the best I can do. $19.
It does hit.
That's another 8 damage to it.
All right. Yeah, this dart actually hits it, and then you can see it sticking out of its side, not too far from Phoebe's arrow, and some of its blue-black blood begins to trickle out from the wound. So it took the damage.
I doubt it's loosening its grip.
Doesn't seem to be at the moment. All right, Rowan, I need you to make a death saving throw for me, please.
It's just a D20?
Yeah, just a D20.
I think it was an 11.
It didn't come up?
It showed me, it looked like it was either 11 or 13, but it looked more like it was on the side of the 11.
Actually, no, I see it. It's a 13. Okay, yeah, not a problem.
Oh, good.
Yeah, so that one success.
I mean, does that... Oh,
Yeah.
it's 6. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So mark down a success. All righty. So, and as a reminder to everybody, death saving throws, you get 3. Okay. You fail 3, permadeath. You succeed in 3. You go to stabilized, and you're just unconscious, but you're not bleeding out. If you roll a nat 20, you come back to 1 hit point. If you roll a nat 1, you lose 2 death saving. So, just a reminder. So, Rowan, you have 1 success. Squall has 1 success as well. Alrighty. So, next up is Phoebe.
So I don't know how much this is going to do. The brazier that I'm next to, I am going to pull the lever on that again, because from what I remember, it just shut off the braziers. We didn't have a chance to look inside them.
Okay.
And I'm assuming it didn't open one of the gates, correct?
No, it seemed to have locked the gates.
Okay. Are they unlocked now?
They are definitely unlocked.
Okay. I don't...
What do you want to do?
You know, I'm just gonna use my arrows. I'm using a regular arrow with my +1 bow.
Okay. On which one?
On the one that is making Rowan its comforter.
Okay. Go for it.
$28.
That definitely hits.
Just a reminder, my hit point for the longbow +1 is +10. That's why it's so high.
Okay.
So. $11.
11 damage? Yeah. It takes that damage and it's like, yeah. Sora's just like, it says it's going to eat us. Okay. You still have movement, or you can say where you're at. What would you like to do?
For the time being, I'm going to stay where I'm at.
Okay. Jarina, you are next.
Okay, I am going to move over here so that Squall is within 30 feet of me.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to use my bonus action to cast Spare the Dying on him so he's stabilized.
Okay.
Then I'm going to use my remaining she's still kind of over there. Okay, I'm going to use my remaining 25 feet of movement to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And then use my action to dash 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And then that's it.
Okay. Alrighty. It is now the creature's turn. All right. It unwinds from Rowan's body and begins to slither over here. And you watch as it opens its mouth and the electricity shoots forth. Leah and Galen, I need you both to make dexterity saving throws for me, please.
$13.
13. What'd you get, Galen?
Natural 20 plus 7, so that's 27.
Okay. Leah, you failed. Galen, you succeeded. So that is going to be for you.
So I'm going to rage quit it. Wait. Oh. Okay.
All right. So, Leah, you take 43 lightning damage. Are you still up?
Oh, hell no. I had 29 hit points.
Okay. So you're unconscious. Okay. You watch as Leah goes unconscious. Galen, you take half of that. So you take 21 lightning damage.
I'm down.
Galen.
I was at 18.
Galen goes down. And you hear the crowd. And you hear Leopold from the stand.
Oh, they're dropping like flies. What's gonna happen next, folks?
Oh, who did we lose? Oh, okay. All right, awesome. Alrighty. All right, and then the other creature is going to run up 10 right up to you, Phoebe. It is going to use its multi-attack. Well, first it's going to see if its lightning breath recharges. It does not. And it is now going to take its multi-attack. It's going to attack you with one bite, and then it's going to attempt to constrict you. So the first attack, that is a nat 1. And so it misses you with its bite. But now it is going to attempt to wrap around you and constrict you. And that is going to be a 23 to hit.
It hits.
All right. You take as it begins to crush you with its body. 13 bludgeoning damage. Are you still up?
How many?
13.
I am still up,
Okay.
but I'm hurting bad.
Plus the slashing damage from its scales, which is 25 slashing damage.
And I'm down.
And you watch as it constricts around Phoebe and she drops. But she's still kind of being held up by the creature in its basically in its coiled grip. But she goes unconscious. Alrighty. And you all can actually hear coming from the stands.
Oh, shit.
Alrighty. That was both their turns. Squall, you're stable. You don't have to make any more death saving throws, but you are at 0. So you're just kind of unconscious, laying there on the ground.
Great.
That is your turn. It is now Sora's turn. Sora is going to... Yeah, she's going to attempt... She is out of spell slots. All she has left are cantrips. She's just going to try... She's going to try the Ray of Frost again. On the one that is closest to her. So that is going to be... Ooh, a 23. That hits. So it will take 5 frost damage, and its speed is halved until Sora's next turn. So you watch as it actually, like a layer of frost actually begins to form an ice around its legs, and it seems to like, and then you hear Sora kind of like yelling back at it, and she seems to be really pissed. And then she is going to, let's see, what does she have? Does she have anything? Oof, she does not have.
Doesn't she have mage armor?
Yes, but it doesn't look like it was used. And that does it only helps against attacks against her. At this moment. If she had it cast on her. She could cast it on someone else, but she's out of spells. So she is going to... She's going to move as far from those creatures as possible, because there's nothing else that she can do. All right. Leah, you are up now. I need you to make a death saving throw for me, please.
What do I add to it?
Nothing. You just roll a d20.
I rolled a 19.
18. All right. That is 1 success. All right.
Question.
Yes.
Yeah. I know that fighters have like a crit at like 19. Does that apply to saving throws, or do you still need 20?
No.
Okay. Just wanted to see.
Sure. Well, it is now your turn, so I need you to roll me a death saving throw.
16.
16. That is a success. All right. Rowan, please roll me a death saving throw. What'd you get?
14.
14. Another success. Alrighty. Phoebe, a saving throw, please.
$15.
15. Success. Alrighty. Jarena, it is now your turn.
Okay, so I'm gonna look at Rowan and I'm gonna cast Spare the Dying on Rowan.
Okay.
Now you're stabilized.
Thank you.
Then I'm going to move 30 feet towards. Before I do that, DM, how far up are Norman and Leopold? On the wall?
They are about 40 to 50 feet up from the actual floor. So if you want to guess, if you're trying to figure out what your range is, add about, again, you're kind of guesstimating, so you're not sure if it's 40 or 50, but add that to however far you are from them on the ground.
I am going to move 30 feet. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And I am going to cast Command on Leopold. And I'm going to scream out approach.
Okay. What do I have to roll for that?
You have to beat a wisdom saving throw of 12.
Okay. Yeah. So I use digital dice for this. So wisdom saving throw. That is a nat 1.
Nice.
So you watch as he kind of looks at you and he kind of chuckles. And you begin to watch him actually begin to move forward. But it's technically not his turn yet, so he won't actually move forward until the top of the round.
All right, I end my turn.
Okay.
Question, GM.
Mm-hmm.
What is Lucy doing? Or is she vanished after?
She's just standing there waiting to be told to do something.
Oh, okay. I was just wondering if she's doing something, even though she's knocked out.
To be very honest, she's probably at this point, not being told to do anything, she probably has gone invisible, and so you probably all do not see her. All right. So, all right, that's the end of your turn, Jarena. It's now the creature's turn. Creature is going to run over to Sora. But it's because of the ray of frost, it can only move halfway. So 15. It can only get up to there. It's going to see if it gets its lightning breath back. It does not. Yeah, that's as far as it can get to her, so it can't even get to her. Alrighty. But the other one is going to run up. It's going to drop Phoebe. 10. And it is going to attempt to attack her. So that is going to be a bite attack first. That does hit her. That's a 25. And that's going to be 27 piercing damage, which makes her unconscious. And as that happens, you hear and immediately you watch as the creatures vanish. Compelled by your command, you watch as Leopold begins to float off of the actual dais that he's standing on his little round circle. And he begins to float down towards you. And now that he's actually finished that, actually doing the command is now broken. And as he approaches you, he goes, and this time not a huge echo because he's standing right in front of you. And he goes, "Congratulations! You're the fucking winner! You know why you're the winner? Because you're the last one alive. What do you think about that?"
I don't know if I feel good about it and I look around, or if I should feel terrible.
Yeah, and you see your companions just laying on the ground unconscious in various states of either just unconsciousness or bleeding out. And he goes, "Al, good for you. You're the MVA, most valuable adventurer. So congratulations on your win." You know what that means, right?
Do I get a prize?
You absolutely get a prize. You're my favorite now.
I'm touched.
And as he says that, you watch, Jarina, as there's just a bright flash of light. And as the light begins to dissipate from your eyes, you are sitting once again at the at the breakfast table that is filled with foods. It seems to have been replenished since you've been gone, filled with bacon, and you see a whole pig with an apple in its mouth. You see goblets of various ales and beers and meads all around you. But it's just you at the table. And you kind of look around and you see Norman standing at the other side of the table. And you begin to see Leopold floating down on his little round disc. And as he gets to the chair, he sits down in the chair, and he actually begins to he opens his mouth, and Norman begins to feed him. He takes a few bites and kind of swallows, and he's like, all right. So what'd you think? Like, it was pretty cool, right?
I actually thoroughly enjoyed the practice because I knew nothing.
Good. And you know what? You're probably the only one that figured out, like, you should have took me the fuck out, like, from the beginning. Because I'm the one that was holding it all the fuck together. So, yeah. I mean, it was written right. Blue Boy, I think, was the only one who could read it, but he didn't say shit.
You were just at that point, very annoying, no offense. And, yeah.
None taken. That was the point.
Now, what about my friends?
Oh, don't worry about them. Like I said, it's just you and me now, kid.
Like, don't worry about them forever, or just for right now?
Why are you cluttering your mind with all these inconsequential things? You're the winner.
like like they're not here. They're not gonna enjoy the spoils of winning. You get to enjoy the spoils now. I am your patron. You're my favorite. That means you're gonna get all the help you ever need from me. You get magic stuff, you get gold, you get anything you need to become the best fucking adventurer there ever was. And when anybody ever asks you how you got to be so awesome, you tell them, I helped.
I've never won anything before.
Was about fucking time. Congratulations!
And you hear, like, in the background, like party favors going off, and you see like these very small little fireworks just like above the table where you're like just kind of going off.
So come on, eat up. We got a big day ahead of us.
Okay, and I just proceed to serve myself food, and if there's ale, some ale, and I just start nom-nomming and giving stuff to Maya as well.
Yeah, and she's right there on your shoulder, and she's eating from you.
Hey, Leopold, can I ask you a question?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what's up?
While I was in the library, I found a book that I could read. It had like these pictures, and I believe it was about Asimars, and one of them, I couldn't necessarily read it or understand it. I know I'm an Asimar, but I don't know anything about my race or abilities or what it means. Can you read this? And I take out the book that Norman found in the library for me.
He takes a look at it. He goes,
all right, so listen, let's finish eating, right? And we're gonna take care of this problem. Anything you need, kid, you got it. We're gonna break down all the riddles. We're gonna figure out all the crap. Like I said, you're my favorite. You won.
All right, and I just continue to nom nom, and I thank you, Leopold.
You got it. That's what I'm here for, to help.
all right. So the rest of you all slowly come to some semblance of consciousness. Let me change this music. It's not appropriate at the moment.
Yeah.
Give me a second, folks. Let me put some appropriate music to understand the gravity of the situation. You all begin to slowly open your eyes. At least that's what it feels like. It's so painful. Rowan, what's your constitution modifier?
The +2.
+2. It's 2. Okay. Squall, how about you?
My const is not the saving throw, right? Just the
just the bonus.
plus
where
3.
3. Okay. So Leo, how about you?
What was that?
Your constitution modifier. So it's the plus number.
+2.
2. Okay. Phoebe?
3.
3. How about you, Galen?
3.
Okay. So Phoebe, Squall, and Galen, you're the first ones to kind of rouse. And wow, you hurt. There is so much pain. Even opening your eyes seems painful. And as you open your eyes and you begin to, you're not even sure where you're at. There's just bright light, just kind of like, just right on your face as at the moment you open your eyes. And it's just like, oh. And you're definitely not outdoors. This definitely seems like an artificial light, but it is bright. And as your vision begins to clarify, you can see that there are these kind of globes just hanging in the air above you. You can't really see past them. There's 3. And you're just like, oh, just so much pain. And you begin to kind of sit up. And as you sit up and kind of like begin, again, everything hurts. Every movement you are taking is just agony. And as you get up, Squall, you're probably the first to notice this. You kind of look down at yourself and you're not wearing your armor and your weapons are nowhere to be found. But you are wearing like, just like, it looks like just like regular clothes, right? Just like, you know, a simple pair of pants, knee-high boots, a very simple cloth shirt, kind of billowy. You don't recall these clothes before, ever. Like, you don't own these clothes. Whose clothes are these? And you just kind of like looking down at yourself like, what is going on? Phoebe, as you begin sitting up, you notice the same thing. Your armor, your weapons, everything is gone. But you are wearing similar clothes to Squall. And you now can see Squall beginning to sit up. And as you do, it looks weird. And you're trying to figure out, what the hell? Why does he look so weird? And Galen, same thing for you. Every movement is painful. Your armor, the clothes you were wearing, everything is gone. Wearing this almost identical clothing as Squall and Phoebe. And as you sit up, you look at them and why do they both look so weird? And you can see Rowan, and Sora, and Leah are still just kind of like laying flat unconscious, wearing the same clothes that you're wearing. No armor, no weapons, nothing. But they also look a little weird also. Squall, Phoebe, and Galen, make me perception checks.
Do I get disadvantage from the light or no?
No, you're indoors. And this is not sunlight. Squall, what'd you get?
7.
7. Phoebe.
No, sorry, 5. Not
5.
even 7. But
Okay. Phoebe, what'd you get?
20.
20. Galen, what'd you get?
24.
24. Yeah, Squall, your eyes hurt so much. I mean, it's really hard for you to focus. Phoebe and Galen, as you're trying to figure out what the hell's going on and why everybody looks so weird, you start putting it together. Phoebe, you're like, Squall's wearing makeup.
What?
So is Galen and Leah and Rowan and like really heavy, thick makeup. Like there's like red rouge on the sides of their cheeks. Their face has like a very light, like beige makeup, like just kind of like, you're not sure if it's powder or something, but everybody's wearing makeup. And then you just kind of reach up onto your face and you pull back and you're also wearing similar makeup. And as Rowan and Sora and Leah, you all begin to kind of get up and also feel pain, all this pain. You see Phoebe, Squall, and Galen already kind of sitting up. And you begin to realize like you're all just kind of like laying on these on a wooden floor. And underneath you are just kind of like these very simple like a bedroll. And as you begin to get up and look around and try to figure out what the hell is going on, you all hear a noise. And immediately to your right, a door flies open. And this large Goliath woman in an evening dress comes in. And she goes, "Come on, no more sleeping. We have curtain in 5 minutes. Let's go." And she runs out of the room. And that is where we're going to take our break.
I hate you all.
When we come back, just so you are all aware, all of you are healed up to 1 hit point. Except for Jarena. Jarena, you are at full hit points. You don't have any of your spell slots or anything back. You have all your hit points. Okay? And when we come back from break, we will actually see what the hell is going on. Because you all look very confused, and I'm 100% for this.
Good. I'm so happy.
Alrighty, so thank you everybody for sticking with us. I hope you're enjoying what's happening so far. As the Pit of Death has actually concluded, we will now see what the ramifications of the Pit of Death actually happens as we move forward. So we will be back shortly, and we'll see what happens. And we are back. So, Jarena, you are back in Leopold's tower, enjoying a large meal, little fireworks going on all around you, as the apparent winner of Leopold's Pit of Death. Not 100% sure what that means just yet. But Leopold seems very excited, and seems very eager to help you. The rest of you find yourselves in unfamiliar clothing, in an unfamiliar setting, wearing what could be considered clownish makeup. And you were just told by a rather large Goliath woman in an evening dress that you're about to take the stage in 5 minutes. What would everyone minus Jarena, what would you like to do?
Look around.
Yeah, can I make an investigation check?
Okay. Well, you don't have to make an investigation check. As you look around, you can now see, besides the bedrolls that you're all laying on, there seem to be also a number of other empty bedrolls. There are trunks of what looks like more clothing, and then also just some items, like various items and props. And you are slowly getting the realization that it looks like you're like backstage at a theater.
So what happened? Anybody alive enough to know what the fuck happened?
Oh no, I don't see Jarena. She may have died.
Honestly, I'd rather be dead than live this nightmare.
I really don't like this wizard.
So do we
plan to
have
play this game. He continues to play with us.
a script? Because at this point I have no dignity left right now.
Galen, I still have cure wounds. Do you want to come over here and I'll do cure wounds on you?
Could you do that to everyone or just one person?
I can only do it twice, so 2 people.
Huh.
Who wants?
It.
Who wants? This is hellish pain. Who wants to cure wounds?
I intend to get out of this mess, so any help I would appreciate.
Let me do this.
Need you.
Take 7 points back.
Okay, thank
Ooh.
you.
Squall.
Okay.
Who else wanted it?
Me.
Come here, Leah.
What?
I said come here.
Okay.
Is there a script that I see, like any papers strewn about?
No, there's
There's-
no papers or
Wait.
anything ready.
Leah, take 12 back. If we're
Thank you.
clowns, we're probably supposed to clown. So goof off, smack each other, slapstick, that kind of thing.
As you're finishing this conversation, the large Goliath woman comes back in. She goes, "You still oh," and she like comes in real close and she kind of like looks at all of you over, and she's just like, "Oh, you look terrible. Oh no, this is not good at all. Leopold said that you would be ready for a wonderful. Shit. We're just gonna have to use the understudies. Damn it, I'll be right back." And she just kind of tears out of the room as fast as possible.
I don't know who I want to kill first.
She comes back. She says, "All right, listen. I don't know what's going on. Leopold said you were professionals, that you would be prepared and ready for this private performance, which has taken me at least 2 months to put together, and now I have to use understudies. Can you please tell me what's happening?"
We don't know what's happening.
Leopold played you like he's playing with us.
He just teleported us here after a major. We were in a big fight.
Practice rally is more like it. We got our asses handed to us.
She looks genuinely confused.
We're not actors.
Well, I should have known better, but Leopold said he knew people, and he knows all the people. Well, I mean, this is just gonna have to do. Your rooms are prepared upstairs, so I mean, you all look terrible. So you really should get some rest. But your rooms are definitely prepared upstairs if you wish. Rooms 2 and 3 have been set aside for all of you.
Are our things up there as well?
Very kind of you.
I don't know. I was waiting for all of you, and then apparently you were here, and I've been rushing around waiting, and I mean, I was told to prepare for your arrival, so I that's why you have rooms. I'm very, very confused.
Aye, same.
Yes, just rooms 2 and 3. There are enough beds in there for all of you, and you're paid through for the rest of the week. By Leopold, so there is
Wait.
that.
How long are we doing this?
Well, this is a week-long performance, so you were paid through the week for your rooms, but you're telling me you're not actors, so I'm not really expecting much from you, unless are any of you familiar with the courting of the crick?
Unfortunately, no.
Yes.
All right, so I mean, it really doesn't. I mean, it definitely doesn't look like you. All right, you know what? Just go rest. I've already informed the understudies. It's just going to have to be. This was months in the making. This is, Just go get rest. We'll discuss this later.
Okay.
I just don't have the time. And she just kind of very, very flustered, turns and walks out of the room.
Poor woman. I guess Jarina isn't anywhere else around here. I don't see Maya.
Last I remember, Jarina was casting a spell. My best guess is that she's with Leopold.
I imagine maybe because she was the last one of us to stand, she received some sorts of favor.
I hope
My
so.
guess is my best guess is that she figured something out that we all couldn't collectively, which is quite disappointing.
Let's just head to our rooms and see and look around, because I'm tired of this room already. And he'll start heading out and looking around the place. Galen.
Okay. As you walk out of the room, out of the door that this woman came from, immediately to the left, you can see an opening, like a doorway, that seems to lead to the backstage of an actual stage. You can see a bunch of actors in different costuming, just kind of getting ready. And immediately to your right are a set of stairs heading up. And you can see there's like a small wooden plaque on the wall with an arrow pointing upwards that says actors' rooms.
I go up.
I follow.
Okay. You all begin to make your way up the stairs, and you can see there are a number of rooms, doors, and you can see room 2 and 3. And as you open up the doors to walk inside, you can see that there are just very simple beds, and there are windows that seem to be facing outward to the street. It seems to be night, like nighttime. And you can absolutely see that it looks like your belongings, all of your belongings, are in the room.
Is Lucy anywhere to be seen?
You don't see Lucy. You don't feel Lucy at all.
Can I try to call to Lucy?
You attempt to summon Lucy immediately, instantly, and Lucy does not appear. Telling you that Lucy has, in some form, been reduced in hit points and has gone back to her original plane, which means you now have to resummon her with the materials if you wish to have her around.
Okay, I have the materials, so I'll do that when I get a chance.
Okay. But yeah, you go into the room and rooms 2 and 3, and they're again. There's like 4 beds in each of these rooms, so there seems to be enough room for everybody. And your belongings are just kind of unceremoniously dumped on some of the beds.
At least we have them.
And everything you had in your inventory is there. You're not missing anything.
As we're walking around, do we see the Goliath woman anywhere or no?
You saw her when you were going up. She was kind of rushing around backstage giving people instructions. And she seems very, very flustered. So I would assume, unless you want to tell me different, that you, after going through your belongings, making sure everything is there, you decide to get a good night's rest.
Oh, yes.
Okay. It is fairly early in the evening, but you are all very, very, very hurt and tired. And you bed down for the evening. Nice long rest. Karina, you at this point you have finished your evening meal. You and Maya are well stuffed and Leopold comes floating in on his little disc.
All right, kiddo, what do you want to do first?
Whatever you want to do.
Really?
Yes.
Cool. Snaps his fingers. Bright flash of light. And as your eyes clear, you, Leopold, and Norman are sitting at a table. Well, actually, Norman's standing. You're sitting at a table, and there are a number of tables around all of you, and there's about maybe a dozen of these tables, but there are 3 or 4 in the front of what looks like a stage. And they seem to actually be filled with very, very well-dressed individuals. And as the light subsides, you can see that the room itself seems to be darkened, and all of the people in these the front 4 tables turn very quickly to see, and they seem all very perturbed and annoyed by this disturbance. And as they turn and they look and they see Leopold, their eyes widen slightly, and they very quickly turn and look right back at the stage.
All right, cool. We had dinner. Now it's time for a show.
All right. Sounds good.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Private performance. Because and
he kind of like looks around a little bit, like looking to see if anybody's listening. He's like,
yeah, the material subject of this play is a little taboo here in the Empire. So only those of discerning taste and love of money and love of smut come to see a show like this, basically.
Right.
Sounds very interesting.
Yeah, it's called The Courting of the Crick. I hear the actors are really good.
Dick.
Well, Leo, I think I owe you a couple of drinks for the help the other day.
Sure.
All right.
I love mead.
All right. Then we should get some. I'll just get a bottle.
All right.
and you can see like there are a number of like wait staff that are consistently like hanging around waiting to be kind of like hailed in case you need anything. And you're very, very quickly able to order a large bottle of mead, which they don't tell you how much it costs, and they don't ask for money. They just bring it to your table. And as the performance begins, it's a very, very weird show. And immediately as the actors begin to take the stage, Leopold is like training and looking. He goes,
"Well, what the fuck? That's not who I came to see tonight. They got to be around here somewhere."
And he kind of leans back and he begins explaining to you what this play is about. And essentially, it's this play about how this Drow assassin from the Kreen dynasty came to assassinate a general from the Empire and was captured. But then turns out that once the Drow was captured, the general and the Drow assassin began a torrid love affair. And they knew that they could not be together. And there's like all this drama going on. And Leopold very much is like,
"I don't give a shit about that. I just like to smile."
And it just like he talks through the whole thing, telling you that like who this person is and who that person is and why that person sucks. And it's just what you would expect from Leopold, kind of narrating the story. But whenever the good parts, as he called them, would come on, he would instantly just quiet. and just wait until it was done. And by good parts, it would be like, the two main characters are shown in a bed, and then the lights go out, and it's kind of like implied what's going on. And he'd be like,
yeah, they're probably boning right now.
and it's just like, that's pretty much like the whole play at this point. And then as the play finishes and you are, he's drinking the mead. He seems to be having a really good time. And he definitely seems very different than previously. Before you were all in the pit of death, he seems very open. He's not been antagonistic to you whatsoever, and actually just seems like your grumpy uncle. But not being very mean or anything like he has been in the past. As the curtains finally close and the folks in the front, they're just kind of clapping. This large Goliath woman in an evening dress comes out, and she goes, "Thank you all so much for joining us this evening for this private performance of the Haunting of the Crick. As was explained to all of you prior to coming to this private performance, your discretion is absolutely necessary for us to be able to have similar private function in the future. So remember, as you leave, speak of this to no one. Thank you and have a good evening." And, everyone else, continues to clap. And they kind of walk off. And you watch as she kind of looks over to where you're sitting, and she kind of very patiently waits till everyone in the front row begins to leave. And then she kind of comes over. She goes, "Leopold, could I have a word with you?" He goes, "Yeah, if you have to." And he's like, "I'll be right back, Jarina." And he kind of turns around and he doesn't float. He just walks off. He actually walks off with her, and Norman like walking behind him as they kind of go over to a corner, and you can see they're having a very heated discussion. Like very, very heated. Like you can't really hear what they're saying, but if you want to try, you can make a perception check.
I rolled a 20, not natural.
Yeah, that's actually good enough. You kind of hear it's like, "What are you doing? How could you do this to me? We had an agreement." He goes, "Yeah, we had an agreement, and I gave you fucking actors, right? It's not my fault if you don't know what to fucking do with them." And she just kind of looks like, "They were beaten halfway to death. How could you do this? They're upstairs sleeping right now." It's like, "I couldn't even use them. I had to use the other studies." It's like, "Yeah, they did a pretty good job, especially the boning parts. It was fine." And she was like, You're just so frustrating." He's like, "I know. That's why you love me, isn't it, dear?" And she just kind of looks at it, and you watch as her gray skin begins to kind of like redden slightly and becomes like a purple. She goes, "That has nothing to do with anything." And he's like, yeah. Just come on, give me some sugar." And she just kind of like looks around, and she just leans down. She kind of gives him a kiss, and she's like, "All right, don't do this again." And he's like, "All right, no problem, honey. I promise. I'll get you better people next time. It's fine." And he kind of walks over, comes back to you, goes, "All right, so what you think? It's pretty good, right?"
I have never witnessed such a performance. It was very interesting.
Yeah, interesting's a good word for it. Theater's not for everybody, It's like you either like it or you don't. Like that's just pretty much what theater is.
That was my first theater performance I've seen.
Oh, I'm so glad that I was able to make that happen for you.
Well, thank you for bringing me.
Yeah. So now that we got some time, because we're not going to be bothered here, we got the whole place to ourselves. So what you think of the Pit of Death?
I think that I learned a lot, and I think that your lessons were very much needed.
Cool. All right, I'm glad somebody picked up on what I was trying to throw down. That's pretty good. All right. And what about your friends?
I'm just with them. I don't really know them all that very well. Even though we've adventured together for, I think, a couple of months.
So you don't mind, like, if I feed them to my creatures? Because, like, they really need to eat and shit?
No. I would prefer that you did not do that, because I feel like they could learn.
Really? Because I kind of felt the opposite.
I don't know. I think that maybe just having more direction or just reminders of the lessons are important.
All right. So what do you think I should do with them?
I think that we should continue training so that we can better work together.
He kind of like thinks about it for a moment.
Really? You think I should just like keep them from dying? Because they're like seconds away from death, right?
Yeah. I mean, I could help. Apparently, I can do that too. I can prevent them from dying.
Oh yeah, no, that's fine. I got it covered. I was just curious as to what you thought about them.
I think they have potential.
All right.
Although some of them may seem a little aloof, but I think that they could learn.
All right. Good to know. Well, if you want to see them, they're upstairs.
Oh, okay. Are you gonna be down here when I'm done?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm not going anywhere.
Okay. Are you and the Goliath lady a thing?
He kind of like bristles for a moment and goes,
That's none of your business.
Fair enough.
And the answer is no.
Okay. Fair enough. I respect your privacy. I'm gonna go see how they're doing up there.
All right.
and he just continues to kind of eat and drink a little bit, with whatever food is left over, and you make your way upstairs. There are 7 doors. You have no idea which rooms you're in.
Okay. I am going to knock on each of them.
Okay. You hit door number 1 first. You knock on the door, and the door opens up, and you can hear, as the door opens up, you can hear what sounds like laughter and giggling, and you watch as this very, very long-haired elf kind of like sticks his head out, and he has like some kind of towel, and he seems to be like just taking the makeup off of his face. And he goes, "Oh, yes, are you here for the party?"
No. Well, you were just performing, correct?
"Yes."
Well, first off, great job with the show. Second, have you seen my friends? They're kind of beat up, I think.
Beat up. And he kind of like leans into the room. He's like, "Have any of you seen beat up people?" And you hear a very high-pitched female voice says, "Oh, I think Lady Hardspeaker said the original actors that they were beat to shit. Do you know where they are?" "I think they're next door." And he's like, they might be in the next room, probably."
Oh, thank you. Well, carry on. Enjoy the rest of your party.
"Are you sure you don't want to come in? We've got lots of booze and food, and there's plenty of room."
Maybe later. I'm here with Leopold, so I don't want to keep him waiting too long.
Oh, door slams.
Thank you.
You knock on the second door. Squall, Leah, and Phoebe. You hear there a slight knocking on the door.
I guess I'll answer it.
All right, You answer the door, and standing in front of you is Jarina.
Ah,
Squall, thank goodness you're okay.
yeah. I'm feeling a little out of my own skin, though.
Aren't we all? I yell from bed.
Oh, Phoebe, who else is in here?
Why don't
Just
you
me.
Okay. All right. I want to assess all of their wounds.
Okay. Tell her how many hit points you have. Like, they all look beat to shit.
Yes. We are pretty beat up.
And you've
but
only
most
had
of us are
yeah.
alive.
You've only had about 4 hours sleep. So you if anything, you only have had the benefit of a short rest so far. But not a long rest by any means.
Right.
Squall had 7 hit points given back,
Okay.
Yes.
and Leah had 12.
I have 13 total. So from a short rest, what do we recover?
You can roll your hit dice. So you're all level 3 at this point. So, actually no, you're level 3. No, you're level 4.
4.
So you can roll up to 4 of your hit dice, for hit points. You don't have to roll all of them, but you have the option to if you need to.
What was hit dice again? Like, is that like
The hit dice that you use to level up is those are your hit dice.
and we have like a total of 4 that we could use up
Yep.
again? Okay.
It's always equal to your level. Right. So yeah, you see Squall, Leah, and Phoebe in various stages of beating the shit.
Gotcha. Well, I'm glad you guys aren't dead. I have some mead. Do you guys want a sip? And then go to sleep? You guys look like you need some rest.
I'll pass on the mead, but rest is a big yes.
Rather take the latter. And I turn over and go to sleep.
Okay, well, I think I convinced him not to let you guys die, so I'll let you guys get some rest.
Appreciate that.
Is everybody else in another room?
I probably. I
Okay.
believe so.
Yeah, they're in the
Alright.
they're in the room next door.
Well, I'll leave you to it. Get some rest, everybody, and hopefully I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Okay.
All right.
I just go crash straight into bed.
And so I want to knock on door number 3.
Okay. Rowan and Galen, you hear a knock on your door.
Is there a mirror in the
Yeah,
In the room.
there are mirrors in your room.
Okay, so is some of my skin actually coming through the makeup? Because it's probably been a bit.
No, no, actually, it's the makeup is actually pretty thick on your face. So it's gonna take some water and some rubbing off, but the makeup seems to have been pretty thick plastered on your face.
Damn, which one of us was playing the crick?
You're not sure.
Well, I mean, the crick is the drow.
Mm-hmm.
So the face makeup would be drow
Well,
colored.
Galen was not in makeup to be drow colored.
Hmm.
Well, I open the door, seeing how none of my skin is being shown.
Okay.
But now is Oh, Jarina, hi. I see
Jarina's
you're
alive?
Yeah, she's alive.
Jarina, come here. I want to see you. Oh.
Okay, and I go in.
Yeah, Rowan looks really, really messed up. Like the last time you saw her, she was being essentially bludgeoned and cut up as this large serpentine creature was just coiling around her body and squeezing.
Are you okay? You have my
I'm fine. Maya's fine. And everybody else is alive. I just came from their room. I want to assess her wounds. So how many hit points do you have?
I'm at 1 hit point.
Okay. Rowan, I
Yeah?
apologize, but to make you feel better, I have to punch you.
Can I just lay down?
Uh,
I don't feel like falling and hitting my head.
Okay.
Okay.
Can I do an unarmed attack poke?
You can
In, like, a rib?
technically wait till she falls asleep. Like you can sit there all creepy like, wait till she falls asleep, and then she's technically unconscious, and then you can actually heal her for full.
Even though she's not at 0 hit points, because my circle of morality, I do the full amount without rolling.
That's right. Yeah, if you want to make a surprise hit, she's not expecting it. So yeah, if you want to do an unarmed strike, go right ahead.
And it's just with like 2 fingers. I just want to poke her in the ribs.
Well, you got to roll for an attack.
Okay.
So what happened? Are you okay? What's going on?
Can I use a group inspiration?
That's up to the group.
Sure.
Okay.
We're already humiliated. Let's see how far this rabbit hole goes.
16.
Yeah, you're not wearing your armor, so that definitely hits you. So as Rowan, as you're asking Jarina, "Are you okay? Is everything?" Ow! Ugh. And she just falls over, face first onto the floor, hits the ground, and she is unconscious and technically bleeding out now.
Okay, and then I cast Healing Word, so she gets 6 HP back.
There you go. Rowan, you wake up tasting wood, and blood just pouring down from your nose. But you feel better for some reason.
I'm sorry, Rowan. I don't know why this works. It just works.
Thanks, Jarina.
You're welcome.
So that's what it looked like from the outside.
Yeah, I don't know why it works, Galen, but it works. And you know what? I'm gonna do one more thing.
Is it another punch?
No, actually, I'm going to do Harness Divine Power to get one more level 1 spell back. And then I'm going to cast Healing Word on her again, but I have to roll for it.
Yeah, go for it.
We have a healing wand from the dungeon or whatever.
Oh, and I have the Tentacle Rod. That one's pretty cool too. Rowan, you get 6 more health.
Thank you. Does the blood dry up now?
Well, the blood is still there. It's just you are not bleeding anymore. Like that's how healing works. If you want to get rid of the blood, you need somebody with like something like prestidigitation, which at this point, Sora is kind of like slightly turned over and has woken up slightly. She goes, "Oh, Trina, it's so nice to see you alive. I'm going to sleep now. I'm in a lot of pain." And she just turns right back over and goes back to sleep.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave you guys to get some rest. And I convinced Leo to not let you die, so maybe I'll see you guys tomorrow.
That son of a bitch.
I
He's gonna kill
appreciate
us.
it.
All right. So what do you do now, Jarina?
I'm gonna tuck Rowan in, maybe wipe off some of the blood off her face, and then I'm gonna sneak out as stealthily as possible so that they can go to sleep, and I'm gonna join Leo downstairs.
Okay. So you join Leo downstairs, you come downstairs, and Leo basically, he looks like he's pretty much finished up with his drinks and his food. Norman, his iron golem bodyguard, is just kind of standing there, and he sees you.
Ah, so you saw the losers, huh? How they doing?
They're pretty beat up, but I think they'll be fine once they get some rest.
Okay, sure.
They're definitely not happy, though.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't be happy too if I got my ass kicked like that.
That's right.
So, well, all right. So you ready to go?
Yeah, unless you want to continue drinking.
Oh, I could do that back at home.
Okay. Sounds like a plan.
All right, let's go.
Snaps his fingers, bright flash of light, and you are back in the tower. You make your way to your room, where everything is prepared for you. Your room is actually lavishly prepared for you. There is on the dresser where there was once just a simple wash basin, is now a small fountain of perpetually running water. That seems to just be ever refreshing. And as you come in, the fireworks, these little fireworks just going off above your head, and you hear the faint voice of Leopold, in which seems to be some kind of like triggered spell. It's like, congratulations, winner. And like you have silk sheets on your bed where before it was just like simple wool. Like your room really looks decked out. And Maya also has a very nice perch, where there is like a small bowl of like dried meats at the bottom of it. And there's also like a satin pillow for her as well. With all of this, you bed down for the evening and take your rest.
Finally.
Now, everyone, over the course of the evening, some of you have more restful sleep than others. But you do all eventually awake feeling more refreshed, as your hit points are now replenished. Any spell slots that you have used are now, you have now again. And everyone, minus Jarina, as you awake, you are not in the same room you fell asleep in. You look around and you are in your rooms in Leopold's tower. You still have all of your belongings. They are to the side, unceremoniously kind of dumped, like right on the floor next to your beds. But all of your things are there. You can all begin to smell the smells of breakfast emanating from upstairs. And Jarina, as you exit your room, you begin to see your friends actually coming out of their rooms.
Oh, everybody's here. Awesome.
Yeah,
Oh, you guys don't look so good.
still a bit shook up personally. But yeah, we're here, we're alive
Let's see.
and
I
well.
was eaten by an alligator. Rowan was also eaten by an alligator. I got electrocuted, and we also dealt with a giant rock person. I don't think we're all doing too good.
Oh, well, I mean, I feel fantastic, but it smells like there's food downstairs. We should get some grub.
Sounds good.
Okay. You begin to make your way upstairs to the where you normally eat when you're here in Leopold's tower. And as you make your way upstairs, you see the long table filled with breakfast foods, and sitting at the other side of the table is already Leopold, already beginning to kind of eat his food. Norman standing behind him as normal. And as you all begin to make your way, he goes, "Hey, there you all are. Come on, help yourselves. There's plenty of food. Come on. We got a lot to discuss, and we got a lot of things to do today."
Thank you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Come on. Eat up. And you begin to kind of fill your plates, begin to eat. And as you're kind of not finished breakfast, but you're kind of winding down, Leopold kind of puts his utensils down and looks at all of you. He's like, all right. Wow, you all look like shit.
Except for the kiddo here. He points to Jarena. So, what did we learn? And he looks at all of you expectantly.
Be more observant.
Okay, what else?
Find other solutions that are.
Look at the bigger picture.
I was about to be finished. Not putting your head through a brick wall.
Uh-huh. Anything else?
I should have shot you with more arrows when I had the chance.
Bingo! There you go. That's the right answer. I mean, you all were right. Like, you all figured it out. Like, learning and observing. Like, those were the lessons. I was like, I honestly, I was really trying to help you. But, folks, I was the threat. I was running the show. I was the guy you needed to bring down. And he kind of looks at you, Squall. And you knew that, didn't you?
I mean, I just assumed you were out of reach, but I also just thought you were being a dick.
Well, I am also a dick.
Yeah.
But
So I just figured that you kind of, in conjecture were just flashing your ego, but I didn't exactly take it for it so literally.
Well, all right. I'm gonna let me be real with all of you for like 2 seconds here. All right. There are reasons I am a dick. There are reasons, as you say, I flash my ego around. Right? Because you haven't met the people that I've met. You haven't interacted with some of the real scumbags of the world. All right? And let me tell you something. You don't flash a little ego. You don't exert a little power. They will walk all over you. And by walk, I mean kill your ass. What's that clicking? Sorry, I heard clicking. Okay. Maybe I'm losing it. So he just kind of looks at all of you and he goes, so I was really, really trying to help you out here. All right. It was me being a dick, but that's what you got to look out for. Right. You got to see who the biggest threat is. Right. You got to see, not only does that guy talk a lot of shit, but can he back it up? Is he really the threat? In my case, yeah, I'm a big threat. Let me tell you something. I didn't get to the ripe old age of 109 by being stupid and by taking things for granted. And I will say this, and you need to listen to this part very carefully. I have never, ever left any of my friends behind. I take care of the people I care about. I may act like a dick. I may call you names. I may even forget what the hell your name is sometimes. That actually comes with being 109. But you guys, I'm trying to save your lives here. You told me from your own mouths that now not only are you working for the Empire, which again, I'm okay with you taking money from the Empire, but now you're kind of like caught up with the Myriad and that kind of bullshit. Those people are really dangerous. I don't even fuck with them because I don't even know the extent of all the crap that they can do. I just know that they got sticky fingers and far reach. And that can be scary. So I'm really, really trying to help you. And sometimes you need your ass kicked to learn lessons. And that's the whole point of the pit of death. Well, actually, that's the secondary point. I first put the pit of death together, like for some of the guys who like they kept trying to, like, those bodies that you found. Those guys were the first guys who ever tried to, like, they tried to break into my tower. So, that's what the pit of death was originally. But I realized, I can use it to help train you guys. So, but anyway, so that's what that all was about. Now, you all lost, except for Jarena. She figured it out, and she was the last one standing. So, here's what you all win. You get to keep all of the shit that you found in the arena. That's all for you. Not taking it back. All right?
All right.
Since Jarena won, she is now technically my kid.
Oh.
Yeah, and
okay.
he's just like it sounds like he says it as if it was normal.
Rowan looks across the street and goes, "Lucky."
Do I have to call you Dad now?
No. It's no. But what that means, all right, when I say kid, I really mean heir. Okay, so like, because I got nobody. Like all my apprentices keep dying, right? So, if you die, which I'm hoping doesn't happen, to be very honest. But if you die, like I just need a new kid, a new heir. But if I kick the bucket first, you get all my shit. Is essentially what that means.
Thank you, Leo.
Yeah, well, I'm getting up there in age, and never know what's gonna happen. You gotta be prepared for the future. So
That's fair, but you don't look a day over 90.
don't patronize me. I know I look like an old man.
I mean, I just call it how I see it, Leo.
Yeah, all right.
He kind of smirks at you.
All right. So we all learned something, but the most important lesson was, 1, don't fuck with me. 2, if somebody's as powerful as me, you got a big problem, but that's the guy you got to take care of, right? Always figure out who the threat is, who's running the show, and you'll be all right. So, now that I've kind of talked your ear off, I know some of you have probably got some questions for me, so shoot.
Where's Lucy?
Oh, you got to resummon Lucy. Once I transported you all out, and the pit goes bye-bye, Lucy gets unsummoned.
So you killed her?
No, she's not. She's a familiar. Familiars don't die. How do you not know that?
No, I know that, but I have to resummon her now. And that
Yeah.
takes a lot of stuff.
Oh, I got plenty of incense. It's fine.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Hey, look, I'm still your patron, right? I still got to look out for you. I'm still going to help you. But I'm not going to hold your hand and not going to wipe your ass. So, whatever you need, you let me know. If you can do it yourself, I'm going to go tell you to pound sand. But if I can help you, and you can't do it yourself, it's too big, I'll punch you in the right direction. I'll do what I can.
That's fair.
Are we helping Jarena with her mission first, then?
Well, as my heir, it's in my best interest to make sure that whatever crazy shit she needs to do, that I make sure she gets through it as safely as possible.
Agreed.
So, and where to first?
Well, that's the question, isn't it? So, where do you guys need to go? What do you need to do?
Squall, shouldn't we take care of those people going after you? We actually have a location now this time.
Yeah, we could
But we
go
need
head
more
on into
info.
that nonsense.
But we should have more info on who they are. Just know a place. We don't know
Right.
the other
We
issues.
probably should maybe avoid
Like Leo
head-on
says,
attack.
we should find out who's running the show first.
Right. I definitely agree with that sentiment.
All
And
right,
we
wait.
should probably tell them right now.
You said you know who's chasing you?
No. So we've been. So Squall in particular has been being chased by, and as far as he says, people he is unfamiliar with.
Yeah, no. When you guys first came to me, you told me that. Yeah.
Yeah. Now we have a location of where they are, but we still don't know who they are. They just say,
what's the location?
Leah, don't you have it?
I don't know. Wait.
It's
I had sent it to you through Discord, so it might still be in there.
Well, I believe the best thing we can do is train and gain more experience before we run into territory blind without knowing the full magnitude of the situation.
That's
Which
why
has
I'm
been our
telling
problem
Leo.
from the beginning.
That's why I'm telling Leopold.
And Jarena, you're looking for answers in the Savalier Wood, is that correct?
Yes. Apparently, there are people who worship my deity who live in or around the Savalier Woods, and that's also where Hope's family is. So I would also like to find them to tell them about Hope and possibly return her stuff.
All right. So it sounds like you guys got a lot to discuss and talk about before you kind of figure out next steps. Oh, we lost people. Who do we lose?
Lauren.
Oh no.
Leah vanishes and reappears.
Gotta love it. Gotta love it when everything shifts.
Technology.
Yeah. So while we're waiting for her to come back, Leopold continues. He's like, all right, so you guys need to figure stuff out. Really need to figure out your next steps. You also need to figure out if you need any more supplies, because that means going back into the Penta market and figuring all that stuff out. Any other questions for me before I let you kind of talk it out and then you let me know what's going on?
Did you have any other jobs for us?
Nah, I don't have any jobs. All right. But like I said, I could help you out probably with a few things if you need a few things and you can't get it in the Penta market. But I'm not your personal bank. So just putting that out there right away.
That's why we got that job with the royal.
Oh, I think I know why Lauren keeps cutting in and out. She's looking through her notes.
I can't find it. I don't know where that is.
All right. I think it was the place that you're looking for is Diastock.
Where's that?
Are you asking Leopold?
Yeah.
Oh, that's like east of here. It's probably like a week and a half, almost 2 weeks journey. It's not a bad place. I don't go there ever. I hear it's okay. Why do you need to go there? Wait, is that where the people who are chasing you are at?
Yes.
Oh, okay, cool. So you want to blow that whole place to hell, right? That's the plan.
At least that's one suggestion. I don't favor that plan.
All right. Well, you need
We
to
just
figure
need more
you need
info.
to figure out who you need to blow to hell first.
Right. And assuming that there are people chasing me, that means they likely have more eyes on us than we of them. Going to them doesn't sound like the best strategy yet, but waiting for them to potentially come to us and potentially get some more information that way, at least we can maintain the advantage of keeping our distance.
All right. Well, yeah, it sounds like you need more info.
Yes.
All right. I might know a guy. Might be able to help you with some information.
All right.
I'll put some feelers out.
Okay.
All right. So I'm gonna let you all kind of confab, talk about what your next steps are, what you need to do. In the meantime, I'm going to go pretty myself up, and I just call me when you need me, and I'll hear you anywhere in the tower.
May I have the stuff to summon Lucy, please?
Oh, yeah, sorry about that. And he turns around and you watch as he kind of like makes these motions with his hands, and this like bluish purple energy kind of like traces in the air. And you watch the front of Norman's chest pop open, like there is a door, which you didn't see a door there before. There was no, and it pops open. And he kind of reaches in without even looking, and he pulls out a whole brick of incense. And he hands it to you. He goes, "That should be what you need, and then some." So he just handed you.
Thank you.
He just handed you 60 gold worth of incense.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, no problem. And kind of closes the trap of Norman's chest, and the seam just disappears, and you don't see like anything there. Right? All right. Anything else? Anything else?
No, but when you come back, don't forget about that thing I asked you with the book.
The thing you asked me, remind me.
What I am? The Asimar pictures?
Oh, yeah. You just need it translated, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll get right on that.
Gotcha. Thank you, Leo.
No problem. All right, fuckers. I'll talk to you later. And you watch as he begins to float upward, and you see the little round silver disc under his feet, and he begins to float away. And Norman just follows him as he kind of leaves and goes downstairs out of the kitchen, out of the dining area. And you are now seated at the table amongst yourselves, preparing for the next steps of your journey. So, what would you like to do?
Aside from the obvious threat of people chasing us, what is the most, prominent task at hand? Because, again, I'm really not supportive of the idea of chasing down those who are chasing me.
We still have to bust Phoebe's dad out of jail.
Okay.
Well, I don't know how much use my status would be given my heritage. I did speak to Leopold about it, and according to him, they would not even lift a finger for family.
Sounds like just another place we have to attack head on and kick the door down. But again,
that's the. Do we That's the problem. We can't do that.
Leo's
So-
friends with the king, though. He could. Well, we don't want to rely on him, but I'm just saying he has connections.
Well, given that, I would like to discuss this issue more with him, because I don't know how to go about the situation without potentially throwing myself and most likely all you in jail. Because the person that's coming after me is a nobleman.
Jail's not so bad. Makes you angry in the toilet.
I'm glad you find the situation hilarious, Reverend. I would suggest that given that we have no idea how to help Jarina, we take care of her issues first. Because the more she knows about herself, the more she'll be able to help us help each other.
Is that what you want to do, Jarina?
It's gonna require us to go all the way northeast in the complete opposite direction of anywhere else that we need to go. So if we want to basically kill two birds with one stone with the Hope situation and what I need to find out, then yeah, we could do it.
The what situation?
Hope situation. Her family, according to her notes, she's from the Savalier Woods or around there. That's, yeah.
I have been there. Maybe that is the place to go then.
That's where I saved Maya. I've been there as well. Shady Creek is a bit of a sketchy place, but we can make it through.
I'm not opposed to that.
I second it.
Galen, are you opposed to going in disguise?
No, I'm not. I've been doing it since we've got into the Imperial territory, so no.
I have to say that makeup really concealed your skin.
Yeah.
Maybe we can buy some to take with us?
Okay, yeah. But I had to put on a lot, and that stuff really felt gooey. But yeah, I'll take it.
I mean, it would be good if you could just wear it while we're in city limits.
I think it would be good. Yeah.
Yeah, travel, as long as we're not by other people or creatures, it should be fine. And then when we get closer to towns or villages, you just slap it on.
Well,
And you can wear gloves, Galen.
I seem to be fine in cities. It's just when magic is involved, or people who see through magic. That's when the problem kicks in, because so far no one else has ratted me out yet.
Yes, but we've had to rely on Leo to teleport you in and out of the different parts of the city.
Yeah.
So
but that's because of magic. If there weren't any magic, I wouldn't mind just walking through. So yeah, makeup is probably a good idea.
So, well, before we leave Zadash to travel further, we should resupply on maybe getting some more health potions. I know Sora has those patches, but I'd rather use those as a last resort. And we can get the theater makeup, maybe do another job or two before we leave.
You guys are doing construction, right?
Sorry? Construction?
Yeah. You
Can
guys
we?
take
Job.
the construction job where you kind of help other people, help older buildings, easy money, like reconstruct them. Don't we have the pamphlet?
Yeah, that was one of the jobs that we could have done.
But we didn't sign up to do it.
We could always go back and sign up.
We did just make some money on the last job.
Which most of us kind of spent on the current stash of supplies. We didn't make a whole lot of money, and if we are going to need more money for a longer venture, if we really aren't in a rush, I don't see why we shouldn't take another job or two.
And we should probably start saving a lot of the money as well. A lot of the enchantments that we wanted were very, very expensive. So resupply, jobs, and then we'll figure out traveling to Savaler Wood.
Sounds good.
So resupply, job, resupply, woods, creepy woods. Okay.
Yeah. And if Leopold's information comes through about those guys that are after Squall, then we can put that on the list as well.
I feel like once we know enough, we should go after them as soon as possible, because I don't like loose ends, and constantly being hunted is not a good idea.
Well, it's certainly not fun.
No, but even if they weren't hunting us, technically we're still kind of being hunted regardless.
Right.
By the lawmaker.
Yes, and if we try to go gung-ho, like we have been, we are going to die. And Leopold made that blatantly clear by handing our asses to us and plopping us in a adult theater, hoping we would gallivant like his puppets.
It was a very good show, by the way, though.
I don't care.
I do enjoy the storyline.
I don't care.
What is the story?
Well, you see, it's about this drow, and she's an assassin, but she's super sexy. And she gets captured by the Empire. And even though she's super
the whole
sexy...
story, or are we gonna skip? Like, just imply that you say it.
Yeah, so Galen walks over to you and he hits the skip button above your head.
Yeah.
So,
and
got the information.
And you all basically get the information from Rowan.
So he wanted us
If I wasn't in so much pain, I would have watched it.
I think you were supposed to be the actors.
Oh, so he wanted us to fuck. Great.
No, they don't actually do that on stage.
you don't know that, because clearly you are almost naive about everything.
I mean, the actors
Thank
were
you.
partying in the next room from you guys.
Why
and
are
they
we
were
even bothering
excited.
to entertain a thought about the play? Can we be beyond this, please?
Because it's going all week, and so we have time now to go watch it.
I'd rather spend my time looking up what we need and training. I don't know about you all.
I'll probably
Supply.
watch it when I get the makeup.
What you choose to do in your off time is your choice, but in the meantime, can we stay focused on what we're planning?
We're
Aye, aye.
focused. We already know what we're
Supply.
gonna do.
Good.
Supply, job, supply, travel.
Good. If there's nothing left, I need some fresh air.
Okay. So what do you guys do?
I want to go summon Lucy if I can, please.
Okay. Are any of you calling for Leopold, or are you just kind of like making your separate ways?
I'm just stepping out of the room. I'm just to bang my head against the door frame.
Easy enough. Yeah, that's easy
Yeah.
enough. Like, you don't even have to go very far. It's like not even. There's no door frame. It's
Just like out, like I want to be like out of line, so like I could just do it in my just a piece. There's just a moment of peace.
Rowan continues to grill Jarena about how the actors who played what character, was it tastefully done, how were the love scenes.
Mhm.
And I give her all the deets.
And I go to the library, because fuck all this.
Okay. So yeah. PB, you go to the library. Jarena and Rowan, you're having your discussion. Sara seems very interested in her spell book. And she seems to like be looking through it a little kind of confused, but she seems to be very into whatever she's doing. Leah, without issue over the next hour, you go to your room, and you are able to summon Lucy back to your service. And as you do, there is that loud pop sound. And as you do, Lucy is standing for you.
Can I ask Lucy if it hurts when she dies?
Sure. So you ask her, and she just kind of looks at you. Her head cocks a little confused.
Lucy does not understand?
Well, I'm just checking to see if you're okay. Is Lucy okay?
Lucy is okay.
Okay.
And immediately, she just kind of disappears. And a few moments later, you feel this small crawling up your leg, and then a heavy weight inside of your pouch. Squall.
Okay.
Squall.
Yes.
As you kind of make your way downstairs, trying to get out of eyesight of everybody, you actually make it to your door, and you don't even go inside your room. You just begin banging your head against the door in frustration of everything that's happening. And as you finish, you kind of like sigh, you kind of square your shoulders back. You feel a hand on your shoulder. And as you turn around, Leopold is kind of floating, hovering like right behind you, and his hand is on your shoulder.
Hi.
Don't worry. It only gets worse from here.
You cease to amaze me with your words of wisdom.
Hey, I got 1,000,000 of them, man.
Hmm.
Whenever you need it.
I'll keep that in mind. Thanks.
Hey, look, I know it's a little frustrating. All right? I know all of this shit must be really messing with your head. But you gotta remember, you're the muscle of this team. I mean, you're like the sword guy, right? Look, I tried, when I was a kid, I tried using a sword. I nearly cleaved my hand off. And I knew that shit wasn't for me, right? It takes a special person to be able to use swords in a way that they don't hurt themselves, right? And you can make 2 of you, right? So that's even better, right? So you're the muscle of this group, man. All right? Nobody can do what you can do in the group anyway. All right? That makes you special.
Fair enough.
All right? Don't forget, don't shortchange yourself, all right? Because, eventually what's going to happen is you're going to get super strong, and you're going to get super powerful, and you're going to be able to use better weapons, and you're going to be able to plunge them into the chests of all the fuckers that need to die. And you're going to feel really good about yourself. And you should. All right? But just remember, while you're the muscle, you're definitely not the brains. All right? Strengths and weaknesses, right? You got to figure out what your strengths are and what your weaknesses. All right? Now, you could always get yourself smarter and eventually become the brains. But what are you really good at? Are you really good at getting smarter, or are you really good at sword stuff? Right?
Right.
See, that's why you got me. I'm the guy, I can point all of these things out to you. I'm here to help you, Squall.
Well,
Remember that.
That's great, except you won't be holding our hands for forever, and I haven't exactly figured out who is the brains of this party. And I certainly don't have the answer. I just know to swing at the thing that I want dead.
And you know what? That's what makes you the muscle. And you're absolutely right. I got no clue who the brains is in your group. And that's fucking scary. But you know what? It's going to happen. Eventually, someone will become the brains. Either you'll all die, and then one of you is left, and then that person's obviously the brains because they're still alive. Like something will happen, and it will reveal itself.
Right. And that kind of frightens me.
It should.
Hmm.
No. I'm not being facetious or being dickish right now. Like Like, seriously, adventuring is a scary profession.
Mm.
All right? It takes somebody with cojones of steel to really decide one day, you know what? I'm going to go out there and kill shit for a living. Right? I'm going to plunder the deepest, darkest dungeons and get all of the gold and all of the treasure. But, you know, there's stuff guarding that. Like, it's not just sitting there, right? It could either be like an actual guard, or it could be like natural creatures that are just really funky, you know, just lots of crazy. Like, there's got to be like some kind of weird catalyst that makes you decide one day, I'm going to go out into the world and adventure.
Well, you know, at least for me, kind of, you know, losing most of my family in a tragic accident and having no real driving force to stick around my hometown. I really, you know, you know, and I have a sword and I'm good with it, you know, so like, you know, the adventuring, you know, works for me personally, but.
And that's right. That right there is an awesome origin story, right? That's like when they tell tales of you years from now, right? Your family was destroyed and you came forging your own way with the blade in your hand. Like, I'm not like a writer or anything, but you know, like, it sounds awesome. But you know what? You got to survive long enough for those stories to be told.
That makes sense.
Like I said, got 1 million of them.
Fair enough.
But just, he kind of taps you on the shoulder again, like pats you on the shoulder.
Don't worry, it'll get better. I was just fucking, like, it is going to get worse. I'm not lying when I say that. But there's going to be times when it gets better.
Hard to be attached to something you're almost expecting to die.
You should write that down. That's really good. No, seriously, like, that was a really good one.
Well, that's just the battle sense in me.
Like I said, you guys will figure it out. I mean, like,
Here's hoping.
You are like a bunch of drunken monkeys running around throwing shit all over the wall. Like, but slowly you will be a cohesive unit of drunken monkeys, right? And let me tell you something. There's nothing scarier than organized drunken monkeys. Oh, terrifying.
Personal experience?
Maybe one day I'll get drunk enough and tell you that story.
Okay. Sure.
All right. Don't worry. It'll be all right.
All right.
Oh, and by the way,
And he kind of,
Norman,
he kind of calls Norman over, and which is why you didn't hear Leopold actually come up on you. And he goes,
I got something for your group.
and he makes that weird motion again, and Norman's chest pops open, and he reaches in and he pulls out this large sack, and he just hands it to you.
Thanks.
Yeah, I was just scrounging around for, you know, pocket change and shit. There's like 2,500 gold in there.
Oh. Thanks.
Yeah, it's like I had this stuff kind of like laying around, so that should help you out a little bit.
And then he reaches into Norman's chest again, and he pulls out, like, it looks like this small little satchel with like handles on it, and he hands it to you also, and he goes,
yeah, that's that's actor's makeup and shit for your drow buddy.
Perfect. This will save us some time. Thanks.
If I gotta wait for him to do it on its own, he'll never fucking do it. Like, I literally slathered it on his face for him, and he didn't get the hint.
You you didn't just pull some trickery and poof, it was that you went the extra mile and did his makeup?
Actually,
Did you do mine too?
Actually, Norman did your makeup. He's getting really good at dexterity.
Okay. It doesn't matter.
Hey, look, man, you get as old as I am and as powerful as I am, you try everything. Nothing is taboo. Because guess what? At some point, you've done it all, you've seen it all. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Say no more.
All right. Don't worry. And he kind of he closes Norman's chest and he goes, all right, you guys let me know when you figure shit out and we'll go from there.
Heard. I do think the party has come to some consensus on our next move.
All right. Well, I'm going to go continue researching the stuff that basically translating the stuff Jarena wanted. And when I'm done, I'll meet you guys all back upstairs.
Sounds good.
All right. Yeah, this is it's pretty awkward. All right, bye. And he just kind of turns around and kind of floats away with Norman just following him. And that is where we are going to call it for the evening.
That was
okay.
fun.
Good game, guys. That was great.
Dicey.
It was very
survived.
dicey. Hold on. I got to do this right. You survived Leopold's Pit of Death on Sunday. Sorry, I had to. No, that was great. You guys, it was very dicey. And congratulations, you are now all level 5.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yay.
What?
Yeah, you're all.
I love the Pit of Death.
You are
level
all
5 concussion.
Of course you do. You didn't die.
So, that's what that was. That was a level 5 concussion. You survived.
Alrighty. So between this week, between now and next session, you can go in and you can level up your character to level 5, but do not roll hit points. When we start next week, we will actually roll hit points on stream, and then we will continue from there. And again, if you have any questions about your level 5 skills or anything that you get, please by all means contact me in between and let me know.
Cool.
All right.
Definitely be messaging you because I want to talk to you about a multi-class thing.
Okay, no problem. And I want to thank all of you who have been watching and witnessing the aftermaths, actually the end of the Pit of Death, as well as the aftermaths of it. So thank you very much for watching. I want to do a whole bunch of shout outs. We had a whole lot of love coming in today. So let's start from the beginning. Ty Dynamite, thank you so much for the resub. 10-month streak. Thank you so much, Ty. We appreciate and love you, man. Immortal Garrison, thank you so much for the raid. Appreciate that so much and appreciate you. Maria the Demon Lord, thank you so much for the follow and welcome. I hope that you had a great time. I hope that you enjoyed what you've seen. Ocelotus cheered 500 bits. Thank you so much, Ocelotus. You're so generous. Thank you so much. And this one was specifically for Poopsie's command. Shorty, you a full stack of waffle cakes. Pour some syrup on that ass. Indigo Chameleon, thank you once again for the amazing raid. Thank you so much. Appreciate you for that. Wolfgar and D&D. I love that. Thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate you. And Ocelotus, thank you once again for another 400 bits. You guys are like a bunch of drunken monkeys throwing shit all over the wall. Hey, that's what he said. I mean,
Well, technically, I said it first, and then he just repeated. Yeah. So
Accurate.
Yeah, accurate. But thank you, Ocelotus, so much for that. And again, thank you everybody for watching. Those of you who contributed to the inspirations throughout the stream. Again, for the inspirations that we did not use, those will be refunded to the channel points. Will be refunded back to you, so you can use it again for next week's stream. And yeah, thank you. It was great to be back. Thank you, everyone. DJ Atkins, yeah, thank you so much. I'm so happy that we're back. I'm so happy to see my players' faces and to play with them again. Thank you again so much. And this is always great. Like, this is always so much fun. So yeah, just as a reminder, normally we do Friday Night Magic every Friday at 8 p.m. Tomorrow there will not be a Magic stream, unfortunately. I am bummed about that, but there will not be a stream. But we will be back again on our normal schedule starting next Friday. And yeah, we're gonna slowly get the streams back to 100%. After the unfortunate loss of all of my backups and everything that had happened with the virus. As you can see, we've got everything going, but there's still a lot more work to be done. But again, we appreciate all your support. We appreciate all of the patience that you gave us. So thank you so much. Everyone, please, if you haven't hit the follow button to make sure to keep up on our schedule, please make sure to do so. If you want to catch up on anything that you think you may have missed, any of the previous, we have our YouTube page. So please join our YouTube page, subscribe to the YouTube page, and check out all of the streams that you have missed previously. And yeah, once again, just check our schedule. We have a Twitter, we have an Instagram, we have all of the social medias, the Facebook groups, all that stuff. So please be a part of all that. We want you to be a part of that. And so once again, as we close out for the evening, please remember, be kind to yourself, be kind to others, and let's continue to support each other and all of the things that we're passionate about, all the things that we love, and just support each other because it's the right thing to do. That's what we should do. So take care. As we close out, don't leave right away. We always raid somebody who is been either a supporter of the things that we do or someone who needs support. So please, as we raid, please make sure to show love to them the way you show love to us tonight. And we appreciate you, we love you, and we will see you